point. So as a man, if you're never prepared to walk away, you're never going to be respected. Respect and the woman thinking, you know what, he might just leave, are linked. They have to be there. So
do you think that a woman should always know that you're willing to dip at any moment, any given moment? 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on another episode of Jesus Talks. Talks. Wait, did I change it? Talks. Boom. All right, so today, since everybody enjoyed the Andrew Tate video, I thought I'd give y'all another doozy. I thought I'd react to another Andrew Tate video with your boy, Prosecco Poppy.
Poppy.
Right next to us. All right, let's just jump into the video this time. That way we don't waste time. All right, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate on dealing with crazy women. Have you ever dealt with a crazy woman before?
Yeah, I think so.
So what the fuck's PPD? He goes, these chicks with like a personality disorder, like narcissistic personality disorder. I was like, listen, my friend, I don't know what kind of girls you've been fucking, but when you fuck the girls I fuck, which are 19-year-olds with 2 million followers on Instagram, every single one of them is a fucking narcissist. How are they not? How are they not going to be a narcissist? From the age of 17, they've been getting bombarded with messages from millionaires desperate for their attention.
Okay, so all right, just real quick. So women who are usually between 17 and 19 spend a lot of time on Instagram, get a bunch of Instagram followers. They're narcissists, and those women are like basically identified as crazy. That's what he's saying, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Because I'm not even assuming, because if they have 2 million followers on Instagram and they're at such a young age, there's so many guys giving them a lot of attention, and they're getting all their money, all their monetization through the attention through social media.
Yeah.
Without that, they're nothing. So that's why they put so much into their appearance at a young age.
Fair?
All right, fair. That's what I got. So.
Would you not be a narcissist? Just, they're all narcissists. Of course they are. This is natural. But they still treat me with respect because they know if they don't, I'm going to disappear. So it's nothing to do with the disorder. And he was like, oh, yeah, but those girls with obsessive compulsive behaviors. I said, listen, if I meet a girl who has something wrong with her, and I actually have met girls who are a bit obsessive compulsive, etc. These are the girls.
All right, have you ever dealt with an obsessive compulsive person?
Yeah.
All right, tell me. Who?
My BM.
Well, don't tell me exactly. I mean, give me an example. Like, what's something that you've encountered that you're like, yo, that's an obsessive compulsive disorder? For example, for me, it's when a girl is like, let's just say you ignore her because you want to ignore a fight, right? You're trying to prevent a fight, and they're constantly like attacking you. Like, no, we need to deal with this right now. You cannot go. You got to deal with this right fucking now. And they just keep attacking you, and they don't want to let it go. Like, that's like kind of like obsessively compulsing over one thing, right? Is that or no?
I guess. Well, but not compulsing. That's not even a word, I don't think. Compulsive is like when you're...
Should I Google it?
Yeah. Compulsive is... What is it?
Yeah, let me Google it real quick.
It's like impulsive almost. Right?
Obsessive compulsive disorder. Let's define that real quick. Let's learn something a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know everything, bro, but you know who does know everything? Google. No, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate knows everything. A personality disorder characterized by excessive orderliness, perfectionism, attention to details, and a need for control in relating to others. So that's what I mean by like that situation. Like, she needs to control me, right? Like, yo, like I need to get my answer now. We cannot put this off. I need it now when tensions are so high. Like, and they almost like make you feel stuck.
They get their way every time.
Exactly.
Just like cunty.
Exactly.
I just call it cunty.
So have you dealt with that?
Yeah, plenty of times.
All right. Let's move on with the video. Hold up. That's it right there. That's what I Googled up. All right. That's the first thing on the Google. All right. Now let me get the video back up. Fire.
Girls who end up being the most loyal. These are the girls who will shoot at the cops while you make a runaway. These are the girls you see the guy who's like the serial killer and his wife helped him hide the bodies. That's who these women are. because they're obsessive compulsive and they meet a man with such a strong frame that they comply. So I'm saying, yeah, okay, maybe to you they're your worst nightmare because you can't control them. But if you're half a man, there's no woman to fear. There's a whole bunch of men out here which are afraid of women. Oh, but she might have this compulsive. She might cheat. And I'm like, you don't have any real enemies. You've never had anybody try to kill you. Give me 1,000 women who might break my heart over one man who really wants me dead. Because I know who the enemies in the world are. I've seen it, and I've been through it. So all these guys are out here worried about chicks. They don't understand the truth and the harsh realities of the world. There's people out here getting their brains blown out by their best friends.
Wait, so all right. So what do you think? What do you think of that? What do you think of that? He was saying he's basically saying go.
Bitches ain't shit.
Nah. He's saying
they're not nothing to be scared of.
He's saying go for the crazy girls with the compulsive disorder. Where I'm like telling you like, yo, like be careful for them, because you don't want to get caught up in no crazy shit. He's saying basically, I like them because they're going to be loyal to me. They're going to do what I want them to do. Like they're going to go to the most extreme in a sense of loyalty. But for example, I don't know how to control them. I don't really think you can control a crazy person. That's what makes them really crazy, right? It's because they always want their selfish desire met. Yeah. So unless you can always constantly meet their selfish desires, which is essentially by like lying, telling them what they want to hear or giving them something materialistic so that they could just obey and listen, comply.
Or if you're a man of status.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. You could pay for it, but it's like you also have to be willing to lie to them. Like that's what he's saying. But
no, he's not saying that. He's just saying like if you act a certain way, you're gone. And like for the most part, these obsessed women will deal with it. These crazy women will deal with it if you just put your foot down and be a little more sterner with them and just keep it real. He doesn't say he's lying to them at all.
Nah, but like I mean, when you're dealing with a compulsive, obsessive person, for example, right? Like they're gonna want to hear something. You ever deal with a girl that wants you to say something and you're not saying it the right way, and they're gonna keep bugging you until you say it that way?
Yeah.
So it's like, in order to deal with that, so I can control their behavior, I'm just gonna lie to them.
Or you just don't deal with them. You leave, and then either they have two options: they fuck off, or they come back.
But they're not gonna fuck off because they're compulsive order. So they're gonna do something in your life because they know your life, and they're gonna disturb it.
Yeah, but to a point, and at some point, it's gonna end. End.
I don't know. I mean, Andrew Tate got a good hand of it, but I don't know. I mean, I see the point he's making, but not for me, bro. Where's the video?
Nipsey Hussle's friend pulled a gun and fucking blew his brain.
No, he didn't. It wasn't his friend.
It wasn't his friend?
Wasn't his
so
friend.
He's capping?
They were in the same gang, but they weren't friends.
So wait, we got Andrew Tate capping right now?
I'm just saying that they're not friends. They
for sure?
Friends.
But they know each other.
They knew each other, yeah, but from what I understand,
so acquaintances.
The guy Nipsey pretty much was like, yo, like I heard you snitching kind of thing. I don't want that around. And the guy felt some type of way, came back and then shot him.
So but they weren't.
Yeah, they were in the same set, from what I understand. But
all right, so they were friends.
They were
friendly with each other. They were friendly with each other. So he's not capping. I was like, this is capping.
No, if you're worried about chicks, you got the whole world messed up. You need to worry about predators. You need to worry about other men. Chicks are chicks. Like enjoy them. Find a good one. Settle down. If you don't find a good one, keep fucking till you do, and just calm down. Stop being a little emotional bitch about it. This is true.
And I think that actually be curious to get your take on this, because I know I really like what you've said about managing women in some of your videos and content. Yeah. But you talked about a lot of times the guy especially in the Western world, in the sexless marriage, right, being walked all over. How does the guy turn around this shit or prevent that from happening, right?
All right, before Andrew Tate speaks, how would you prevent that from like being in a sexless marriage? Like how would you manage a woman in that situation? Because that's what he's asking Andrew Tate.
Just tie her down.
Tie her down? So marry her?
Down. No, you tie her down.
Oh, you literally tie her down?
And then you just Johnny Depp the shit out of her.
Nah,
shove bottles in her shit.
You trying to get canceled, bro. You really
Johnny Depp never did it,
shit, bro.
Johnny Depp never did that. But no. How do you not
If you're in a sexless marriage, how do you manage a woman?
Stop
in that
being
situation?
such a fucking pussy. I don't know. Like, it's so weird.
Because I like the
be
advice
such
you
a
gave,
man?
which was like just dip, just stop giving her attention.
Yeah, like, yeah.
But
Why
if you're in a
like-
marriage, you're also fucked financially, right?
Yeah.
All right, what do you think Andrew Tate's gonna say?
Leave.
Just dip?
Fuck that bitch.
I think he's gonna say dip. Let's see what he says. Let's see what the fuck he says, bro.
Like, how does he get into a relationship where he stays the man, where he is the king, let's say? Because a lot of guys today, and this is something, you know, a lot of the red pill guys and stuff, they want to blame women for all this shit. They want to say, oh, women are thoughts today. And it's like, women have always been women throughout history. They've always, in the absence of masculinity, become masculine. This is just like their characteristics. So I like to blame the man. I like to say, if a woman is treating you wrong, if you've got, you know, all the shit that happens to you.
So we agree that like you gotta take accountability for yourself. You can't put all the blame on a woman. It makes no sense to put all the blame on a woman.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're the reason she doesn't want to fuck
exactly.
anyone.
At that point, you're almost coming off ignorant, as in you're blaming all the problems on her instead of taking accountability for the problems that you can actually change in your life. And in a sexless marriage, it's like that's a 2-person problem, right? But a man has to take lead and understand why they're not having sex, and then try to do things to change that. And if he doesn't, then he just dips and he finds another girl. It's just harder to do that when you have a whole fucking like contract that you've signed, and you got to go through all this paperwork.
Well, that's why people cheat.
And they lie, right?
Yeah.
That's why some guys do that, bro.
People cheat and lie.
So then should the guy just cheat and lie and stay in a sexless marriage? Or cheat and lie until he's able to get out of it?
Listen, you don't want to fuck. I want to fuck. So I'm going to start, you know what I mean, bouncing around. Bouncing around till you want to fuck. And see if they want to fuck after that. Okay. Yeah.
But after he should only do that after he's realized that he's tried to actually make a change and an effort into the things that he wants changed. Right? So if he wants to have sex in his marriage, he should not blame her first, but take accountability
Try to figure
for
it
himself
out.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's see what Andrew Tate says. That's my advice.
It's because of you. So how does the man become the guy that doesn't have this shit happen to him?
I 1,000% agree with you, friend. I 1,000% agree. So I have anyone who doesn't know me knows I used to run a webcam studio. So I had 75 women working for me, and they were talking to guys online and taking money from all the Democrats and betas, were sending them money, and the money went to me. This is how I first made big money. So I kind of understand intersexual dynamics from a very unique perspective, because you had me at the top, you had 75 women underneath, and you had thousands of men underneath them giving them the money, which kind of went to me. So it was kind of like a weird dynamic. So yeah, here's the truth about male-female relationships. Women fuck men they respect.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he didn't really answer the question, but
He's getting to it.
he's getting to it. He's preluding, but
That's it. They don't fuck men they like. They don't fuck
So
men
you
they
gotta
love. They
be a
fuck men they
respectful
respect.
man.
If she loves
the same person that you were when she decided to fuck you, you gotta kind of course, grow. Like, you don't want to be the same person and be like stagnant. But
he said women don't fuck men they love. They fuck men they respect.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you're not a man that, you know, you hold your house down, or, you know, you're like someone that made her fuck you in the first place to respect you,
Someone that
somewhere
blames-
along the line, something within you has been misconstrued.
So as a man, how do you become unrespectable towards your woman? Like, how do you not hold your house down?
acting like in her eyes, right? Not saying hold your house on the side, but like, let's say she sees you acting like a beta at work about a promotion or something.
Pretty much, again, it goes
Right,
back to a
status.
person that blames all their problems on other people. You blame it on your employees. You blame it on your boss. You blame it on your wife. You blame it on your friends.
So that's not a respectful person. That's not a respectful trait. So that could be something.
That could be something that makes her
like,
not respect
it's a turn off. Yeah,
Exactly. But if you've changed all those things,
But now she's in a marriage and she's stuck just as much as you are. So,
exactly. But that's why women divorce men.
yeah.
That's why usually, most women divorce men.
loves you and likes you and doesn't respect you,
Whoa. There you go.
will not have sex with you. I have women who respect me and fucking hate me, but they're here every time I call. So if they respect you, they're going to sleep with you. And this is something that's biological and evolutionary. They fuck men they respect. So how do you make women respect you? Well, first you have to be worthy of respect as an individual. There's no hack. If you're worthy of respect, you're worthy of respect. But secondly, you cannot allow blatant disrespect. So if you allow her to blatantly disrespect you and you tolerate that, then you're setting a precedent, which means, well, why would I respect this guy in the first place? Yeah. I say this to guys all the time.
So it's basically like, oh, if you let a woman disrespect you, right, and then you tolerate that, then you're setting yourself up for her to do it again, because now she thinks it's okay to disrespect you.
Yeah.
Right. So what are times that women should not disrespect you? Like, what are times where you kind of have to put your foot down and be like, bitch, listen.
I don't know.
All right. For example, this is what I would say. This is what I would say is if we had a kid, right, and I'm in a marriage, right, and I'm saying something in front of my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether I'm wrong or right, she has to agree with me at that moment in front of the kids. She has to agree with me. I'm the man of the house. I'm the dominant one. I'm the leader of the house, right? For her to say something against what I'm saying is blatantly disrespecting me in front of my kids, or in front of my family, or in front of other people. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's in front of people, and you're supporting the dominant figure, the leader. Why? Because if they see somebody disrespecting the leader, then guess what? Those kids, those people are going to be like, oh yeah, it's okay. If she does it, it's okay for me to do it. Now, whether you're wrong and she thinks you're wrong, great. She respects you in that moment. Then when behind closed doors, everybody's gone, then she opens you up for her to tell you, hey, listen, I didn't agree with you. These are the reasons why. And then you're more willing to listen, because now you don't have to deal with everybody else around you.
Yeah, but you're gonna tell her to shut the fuck up if she opens her mouth at that function. You also gotta respect her too, though.
You can tell. Yeah, I'm saying you don't have to tell her to shut the fuck up. You just have to know that she cannot disrespect you. She has to know that. So you can let her know at that moment. You can let her know later on. Either, yo, bitch, you're gonna either respect me in front of these people, or this is not gonna work out. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, because if you tolerate it, if you let it slip and you don't say nothing, and that's probably the worst thing, you just say nothing, just to let it fucking happen. Then the next time it comes up, guess what she's going to do?
100%.
She's going to do it again.
Yeah,
she's going to go harder at it next time.
Like,
and then you're going to start losing that power dynamic in the relationship. You're going to start losing that respect, more importantly, right? And then that's how she's going to stop not wanting to fuck you anymore. Because now she's like, oh yeah, I could raise my voice at him. I could talk down to him in front of his friends. I could down talk them in front of his kids. You know what I'm saying? Now they get crazy and they get loud. You know, they get crazier and crazier and crazier, right? And then you're just like, I don't even want to fuck this bitch. So it's like for me, for example, that's the kind of relationship that I want. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, it's a dominant, submissive figure. And it's like, I expect the woman to comply with me in those kinds of scenarios. In front of friends, in front of family, in front of social events and whatever. Whether I'm wrong or right, you have to back me up. Behind closed doors, you can feel free to tell me what you want.
To every relationship,
and we'll talk about it. And that's what I'm saying. Right. And that's what I think the example is about, like the respect and the disrespect dynamic. I think it's important. Because he's not giving specifics, but I'm giving y'all these specifics.
I've had loads of guys who come to me for like coaching and stuff, and they say, my woman doesn't respect me, da 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 da. And I say, look, it's much harder to fix something that's broken than just never let it go wrong in the first place. Right. From the second you got together, you should have been a man, and you haven't got to be an asshole. You haven't got to be aggressive. I'll sit with a girl and very politely say, look, if we're going to be in a relationship, if I'm going to take you seriously, you're not going to have male friends. If you want to hang around with a whole bunch of men, then I'm not going to take you seriously. What do you mean you won't take me seriously? I mean, we can fuck, but I'm never going to look at you as serious material. So the idea, the decision is on you. If you want to be serious, you're not going to talk to those guys.
All right. So what do you think? What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, you're not allowed to have no guy friends. You're not allowed to go out and go on lunch and shit with a guy.
So you would never take a girl seriously if she has guy friends?
Yeah.
Does it matter how many guy friends?
No.
Does it matter how long she's known them for?
Yeah, like...
You see, I'm giving you the hard questions, bro. I'm giving you the hard questions. These are all the shit that I've heard.
Like, I'm also not gonna not hang out with my homegirls. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have friends. Like, but like, I'm a lot more worried about. Like, I'm not gonna go out to where something could be perceived wrong by my girl either. Like, I hold that in my head. You know what I mean? Like, try to respect the relation, like you know what I mean, like her thoughts, like the same way I don't want her hanging around, like because you're not gonna go out to lunch with
So
somebody.
now when she asks you, what's the reason that you don't want me hanging around other guy friends?
Because if
What are you gonna
you
say?
were to call them right now and tell them to come over and fuck, they would.
Boom.
And then she's gonna be like, no, and I'd be like, all right, so put your phone out and pick one guy friend, and then it'll be
Boom.
exactly that.
Boom. All right. So that's why. All right. Is that toxic?
No.
That's disrespectful, right?
Yeah.
All right, bet.
If you want to talk to those guys, I'll fuck you sometimes. You decide. And I lay it on them. Now, if they choose to keep all their male friends, then that means she's chosen those friendships over me, which means sooner or later she was going to cheat anyway. Like, how long until she jumps on a new dick anyway? So why would I even be upset about it?
Do you think that mentality makes sense?
Yeah. I mean,
Like if she chooses her friends over me, she's going to leave. She's going to choose cheating over me anyways. Or do you think that's reaching?
Not necessarily, because then that shows you that, like, all right, her homegirl needs a wing woman. You know what I mean? Now she's out there flirting with the guy just to help her homegirl out. And then at first it starts like that, but now where's like the line drawn? No.
So do you think girls could go out with their homegirls?
Yeah, I don't mind. Like, if y'all going out for dinner and like shit like that.
But then they wanna go to a nightclub.
You want to go to a nightclub. Hit me up. Talk to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be there, pick you up, be there, drop you off. Like,
So as long as you're aware of everything that's going on,
yeah, I don't.
would you FaceTime her while she's at the nightclub?
No, because I'm just gonna annoy myself. I can't hear. I don't like having things repeated to me. I don't like repeating myself, and that's what's gonna happen at the nightclub. That shit would piss me off.
So you just have more tolerance. You have a certain level of tolerance when she's going to a nightclub, as long as she's asking for permission, essentially.
Yeah, she lets me know what she's doing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Why? You know what I mean? Like, I could
But if
pop
you
out
say-
on you if I want. And
If you say I'm not comfortable with you going to this nightclub because I'm not comfortable with this friend, and she says, nah, I don't care, I'm gonna go
she's
anyways.
gonna listen.
But what if she don't listen? Then what?
That's a problem. That's an issue.
Yeah, so-
like,
So that and then you're not gonna be like so then how do you handle that kind of situation? Like what would you say? Because like I would be more like
you let them do it.
I would be like, hey, listen, like you can go, but you for the streets now, type shit. Like I'm gonna be completely honest, like you're just for the streets. It is what it is. Like I'm not trying to force you to be in this relationship, but this is the way I want the relationship to go. To be completely honest, you've known this from the beginning. This is not something that I'm imposing on you right now. But you choose your friends. That's perfectly fine with me. Go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't come back. Would that be unreasonable or unfair or
it depends on the dynamic of the
toxic?
relationship. And
Well,
where you
for that
guys
exact
are.
dynamic.
It depends on where, like, how long have you guys been together? This is the first time she wants to go to, like,
why
the
does it
club.
matter? Why does it matter how long?
Because her like, they want to go to a club, like, because like that's the thing. Like, I understand like wanting to go out with your friends, like, and not
But you
having
said
your
no for a
significant
specific
other
reason.
there.
Because this girl could be sus.
Yeah, like
You
if
know
that
what I'm
girl,
saying?
if the girl's sus and shit, and she says yeah,
And then
like,
she
nah, I'm
still
going
goes.
anyway. Yeah, nah. I'm like, all right, bitch, bye.
You say so like
That's it.
it's done.
Yeah. It's all right, cool.
All right, cool. I don't know. Maybe you have this perspective. I want to make sure we have the same perspective or close to the same. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, no, it's there's no
Because
reason.
I'm sure a lot of guys be asking themselves the same question.
But most men are too scared to just put the ultimatum down. And
The
no, you
ultimatum.
haven't got to put the ultimatum down in some scary, big, brash way. Just be clear. Look, any woman I'm with who I take seriously doesn't hang around with other men. So
Yep.
it's your choice. And this is the point. But most men don't say anything. They let it slide and they let it get completely broken. And they come to me and say, well, how do I fix it? It's like, well, you have to make it not let it get broken in the first place. You need to understand your boundaries and expectations as a man. And you have to set them. And you have to make sure she complies and sticks to them. And if she doesn't, you're going to have to find somebody else.
Yeah.
And this is another thing I talk about being a playboy. I have lots of guys come to me and say, oh, Tate, but I don't want to be a playboy like you. I say, look, if you want to be happily married, the best thing you can be first is a playboy.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do, because you're going to learn a whole bunch about women. You're going to have a whole bunch of choices to choose for a wife. If you're stuck with one option, the one chick you met, you know, then it's good. She might be a dickhead. Some women are just dickheads, you know? You know, some women have been fucked too hard too many times by too many big, scary guys, and they just don't want to listen to them. So, like, being a playboy is important. But, yeah, absolutely. For setting your boundaries and stuff and making sure you're not respected, the key is this as a man. And this is the bottom line. Most men are not prepared to walk away.
Mm-hmm.
All right, facts or cap? Facts or cap?
Yeah.
Facts or cap? So
yeah,
should you
and
be
women call bluff?
okay? So have you ever dropped the ultimatum, and have you ever walked away?
No, I've never really had to drop an ultimatum.
Because personally, for me, I've dropped an ultimatum and I've had the girl literally dip in front of me, and then
come back.
No, not come back. She literally just dipped. So like, bitches for the streets. Then I dropped it another time, and I basically folded, type shit. Like I just kind of tolerated it. Like I dropped it, she didn't listen, and I still tolerated it. And that's where like the disrespect could escalate. Right. So it's like when you drop the ultimatum, you have to drop it in a clear way in which she understands.
No, you just gotta.
You
just have to be. Yeah, you just have to be willing to stand like 10 toes down, bro. And just stick
and pretty
to what
much
you're saying.
When you drop that ultimatum, you gotta be willing to dip. You gotta be willing to actually fucking dip. If you say you're gonna do something, you gotta be willing to do it, bro.
Yeah.
And so and then that brings me to the next point. So it's like,
ultimatum dropped on me, and I was like, peace. But no.
But exactly, but it's because you didn't really value what you had.
Yeah.
If you're willing to say peace, if you know you're in the wrong, and you're willing to say peace,
No bitch ever gonna make me stop smoking weed. All right.
she was trying to make you stop smoking
Trying to
weed.
make me stop smoking weed. Fuck out my face. I don't care how much I love you. Weed was there when you weren't.
Oh my god, she didn't get it.
And if you're not prepared to walk away, you don't have any weapons.
Exactly.
If she knows no matter what you won't leave, then what weapons do you have? Anything you say, shouting, screaming, yelling, going out away for a few days, whatever. She knows you're going to come back. You have no weapons. The second, imagine a girl came to you and she said, no matter what you do, no matter how many times you cheat, no matter what, I will never leave.
Right.
Think of all the shit you do. I know I do.
Yeah.
So this is the point. So as a man, if you're never prepared to walk away, you're never going to be respected. Respect and the woman thinking, you know what, he might just leave, are linked. They have to be there. So
do you think that a woman should always know that you're willing to dip at any moment, any given moment? He might just leave. And is that a manipulation tactic too? Because that's. I mean, it's kind of like you're putting somebody on a corner, right?
Kind of, if you're using it like that. But like, nah, if you're just like, that's just how you are. And you're like, nah, like, listen, like, you either respect me and like what we're setting as like boundaries or whatever. Like,
you have to set up.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Then bang.
Because
like,
I don't think you're.
But
just
she has to know. What he's saying is she has to know is that like, if you don't respect that setup or the boundaries that you have already both put in place, essentially, then yeah, I will leave. Like she had, like, what he means is like, your bluff can't be called. Like, or if they do call your bluff, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a bluff. Like, you can't be bluffing.
Yeah, you can't be bluffing. You gotta dip.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to
like,
dip.
You can't be bluffing.
If you're gonna give the ultimatum, you have to dip.
Yeah, there's no bluffing.
And the most important thing about the ultimatum is not to just drop the ultimatum. You have to have a good reason for the ultimatum, bro. Which means she has to have disrespected you in a way in which you cannot tolerate that kind of disrespect. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, for example, for me, one of those lines is literally disrespecting me in front of friends, family, or social occasions. Like that's the biggest one that I can really think of. Because that's really where I think things will escalate in a negative way. So if I see things going in that direction, there's no point for me to scream. There's no point for me to yell. There's no point for me to really get upset or mad. It's just based off the decision that you make, I'll know, is she wifey or is she not wifey? And it's not worth it for me to be in this situation anymore.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And with that, in order to really be able to walk away, you need to understand that you have options. That's why he says kind of like you have to be the playboy. You have to know how to like get females and how to manage these relationships.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish.
you have to mean what you say. You have to let her know, look, there's some things I won't tolerate. And if you fuck with me, I'm going to walk away. And if you walk away and she doesn't chase you, then she's gone. At least you saved yourself a fucking nasty divorce and getting cheated on and all that shit. Just end it then and there. And save yourself a bunch of time. But men are too afraid to pull the plug on it because they get addicted to the pussy and they don't believe they can get any more pussy and they get all messed up. And this is one of the advantages of being a playboy. I can leave any chick because I got 10 more.
Yeah.
So the
So
video
if she
with
doesn't act right, I'll
Charlie with the thing you sent. What's the thing I sent you? The vegan.
Well,
It's like there's a woman and she made her boyfriend turn to a vegan. She's a vegan. She made her boyfriend
show it to
turn
me.
into
Show
a
it to me.
vegan. I
Show it to
sent
me.
it
You
to
got it?
Instagram. It's
You
on
got it?
Instagram. It's on our thread.
let me see right now. All right, explain it real quick.
So
Give me
he's
the
like,
prep
yeah,
up.
like she's a vegan.
Oh, you just
and
sent it
she
to me
made her
now?
boyfriend-
Recently?
Yeah, she made her boyfriend.
Oh shit, this was recent.
yeah, there you go.
This one? Oh, okay, come closer.
Yeah.
All right. Hold up. All right, we're gonna watch this one right. This is what he be said to me, bro. I haven't even opened up Instagram yet.
Vegan I interacted with was a vegan chick who convinced her boyfriend to turn vegan. They got married. I then fucked.
No, no, bro. I'm
listen.
Don't do
Keep
this,
watching,
bro.
Keep watching.
Were you here the day when I was arguing with her saying she doesn't cook me bacon, she has to go home? Did she cook me bacon?
Yep.
I'll never cook that. You better pack a fucking bag.
You hate it.
Vegan I interacted with was a vegan chick who convinced her boyfriend.
Bro, what? What, bro? You a different
No respect.
savage.
No respect.
But and going back to the point where these two videos are completely different. They're not even linked together, right? But the ideology still works, right? She respected him. She respected what he was giving her enough for her to go contradict her own beliefs and still cook that bacon.
And said beliefs that she imposed on her man.
And the
She
guy
cheated on.
Yes, and the guy who was like, "Oh, I'm good enough. I agree with your vegan ways. I'm gonna change my ways for you to be more comfortable." She don't respect that, bro. She don't respect that. She don't respect you, and that's why she's willing to go fuck the guy
Who's
who
eating
stands
bacon.
his ground, bro.
Who's eating bacon?
He is him. I am him. All right. Anything else? We're good. All right. Thank you for joining me. All right, I think I'm going to name this something to do with respect and disrespect. I don't know, but I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe below. Peace out.